Top 10 most expensive paintings ever sold at an auction. Paintings are not just a combination of colors, shapes, and lines, but they represent emotions, ideas, and creativity. A painting can tell you a lot about its creator, their thinking, and what they are trying to convey through their work. Not everyone can comprehend the delicacy of art, but some people do, which leads us to today's video. Hello and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all happy and well and enjoying my videos. Today we'll be discovering the top 10 most expensive paintings ever sold at an auction. You will be amazed to see some of the most abstract and unique paintings sold for millions of dollars. There are many compelling stories associated with these art pieces, and we'll go through all of them one by one. So let's get started with our list. Number 10. Claude Monet, Meules, 1890, sold for $110.7 million. Monet has painted a lot of masterpieces in different lights and different moods. As time passed, he matured as a painter, and his depictions of atmospheric influences moved from specific effects to overall color harmonies. He painted Meules in 1890 when he turned 50 and bought property for the first time. The fields adjacent to his home inspired Meules. The unique and dynamic composition of Meules attracted many people toward it. A philanthropic couple who journeyed to Paris in 1892 owned the painting, and then an unidentified buyer bought it. Shocked silence was followed by a roar of applause that could be heard outside of Sotheby's sale room as it went for an incredible $110.7 million in 2019. Monet loved to paint in series, and Meules, also called haystacks in English, is one of his most famous creations ever. Next, we have Filette à la Corbelle Fleurie, aka Young Girl with a Flower Basket, painted by Pablo Picasso. The painting features a teenage girl, naked and pale against chalky blue ground. The girl has a troubling stare and is holding blood-red blooms consciously. There is a double string of pearls around her neck and a line of crimson on her lips. This beautiful art piece was sold to the Rockefellers, who are one of the most famous and wealthiest families in America, in 1968. They decided to sell their collection of art in 2018. The painting was sold for unexpected $115 million in an auction. You'll be amazed to know that this is not even the most expensive painting from Picasso. The most expensive one is yet to come, so keep watching the video. Number 8. Edvard Munch, The Scream, sold for $119.9 million. On number 8, we have The Scream, painted by Edvard Munch. This painting is an icon of modern art, and Munch has depicted how we see our age racked with anxiety and uncertainty in his painting. He made 4 versions of his famous work. 3 of them were placed in museums in Norway, while the one left was sold for $119.9 million in 2012 to a mystery buyer. You will be surprised to know that it took only 12 nail-biting minutes to settle on this pricey sum. Someone really got inspired by the expressions constructed by Munch with strokes of his brush. Number 7. Gustav Klimt, The Woman in Gold, sold for $135 million. Fans of cosmetics will recognize the name Robert Lauder immediately, as the incredibly wealthy magnate whose world-famous brand uses his name. He paid $135 million to buy Klimt's crowning masterpiece, The Woman in Gold. This painting has been part of a controversy, and a legal battle was fought between the Austrian government and the niece of the woman depicted in the piece. She argued that it, along with 4 other Klimt works, was stolen from her family by the Nazis in World War II. After years of fighting, the courts agreed with her and returned the painting back to her family. After that, it was sold to Robert, who enshrined her in his Nui Gallery in Manhattan. Number 6. Baishi, 12 landscape screens, sold for $140.8 million. Baishi's 12 landscape screens not only broke the record for the most expensive painting ever sold for a brief time in 2017, but the highest price ever paid for a Chinese work of art at auction. The bidding was conducted entirely on the phone, and the identity of the buyer was not revealed. Baishi painted 12 landscape screens in 1925. It can be regarded as the most expressive style from Baishi's stylistic transformations and is also the largest in the dimension of the 12 landscape screens format. It is pretty impressive. Number 5. Francis Bacon. 3 Studies of Lucian Freud, sold for $142.4 million. Irish-born British painter Francis Bacon's triptych of Lucian Freud was made famous due to his reputation and the fame and international renown of his subject and fellow artist Lucian Freud. It only took 10 minutes of heated bidding to knock the scream off the top spot at a staggering final price of $142.4 million. Bacon's paintings are perversely luxurious. The pain and brutality that punches through them heighten their strange beauty. I have no doubt why someone would pay millions of dollars to get their hands on the work of such a fantastic painter. Number 4. Van Gogh's Portrait of Dr. Gachet, sold for $149.7 million. On number 4, we have the most revered work of Van Gogh, sold for $149.7 million. The painting depicts Dr. Paul Gachet, who took care of the artist during the final months of his life. Sad but gentle, clear, and intelligent, the doctor's melancholy face carries the heartbroken expression of our time. It was sold in 1990 to a Japanese businessman for $82.5 million, which equals $149.7 million today. Number 3. Amedeo Modigliani, Couché, sold for $170.4 million. Couché is the largest painting of Amedeo Modigliani's career. It was bought by a Chinese couple, Liu Yiquan and Wang Wei, for their private museum in Shanghai. According to Christie's, during Modigliani's first and only show in Paris, the crowd was outraged by its nudity and fusion of classic idealism, sensual realism, and modernist invention. Still, you can see how the painting successfully crossed all the barriers and was sold for $170.4 million. Whoa! Number 2. Pablo Picasso Les Femmes Gachet, version O, sold for $179.4 million. I told you in the start that The Young Girl with the Flower Basket was not the most expensive painting of Picasso. It's Les Femmes Gachet. Throughout his life, European greats such as Delacroix inspired Pablo. Les Femmes Gachet was also created from this inspiration. Its version O was the last in the series and was presented for auction in 2015, where it received the highest pre-auction valuation ever at $140 million. Unbelievably, the pre-valuation sum was beaten and the final result was $179.4 million, and the painting was sold to a former Qatari prime minister. Number 1. Leonardo da Vinci Salvator Mundi, sold for $450.3 million. Last but not least, we have the most expensive and controversial painting ever sold at auction, and it was created by Leonardo da Vinci. 20 works of art still existing are considered to have been done by the master of masters. Salvator Mundi is the only one to remain in a private collection. It is said that the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia bought this masterpiece, but it was never confirmed. With this, our list of top 10 most expensive paintings ever sold at auction comes to an end. I hope you're as shocked by the prices and amazed by the works of these artists as I am. Do tell me down in the comments section which piece of art do you like the most. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Keep liking, sharing, and enjoying all my videos. And I'll see you in the next one with another great list.